Welcome, everybody. Just want to do a quick session on just explaining what is inner healing prayer. So as a Shiloh community, we train, equip, and release people to do things. Well, every now and then someone comes in and they need some deeper healing. So Debbie, can you tell me what's the purpose of inner healing prayer? Why are we doing that?
Well, the purpose is really to the person receiving the prayer will have a direct encounter with the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
So that the Holy Spirit can actually speak to their heart and reveal to them what lies they may be believing that came from the enemy, and to give them freedom from those lies that they're believing, to speak the truth in their hearts.
Mm-hmm. So is it like some kind of counseling session?
It's not really counseling, because in a counseling session, you go to a counselor and they advise you on what to do. In these sessions, they're basically prayer. And we ask a few questions to let the Holy Spirit come and provide answers to the questions that the people need to know in their own hearts.
That's right. So I was in a recent meeting and I heard someone testify. Like, I didn't know really what was going to happen, but I heard the Holy Spirit and they helped me connect to the Holy Spirit. And then the Holy Spirit gave me information.
Correct.
Right? So we really believe we want to connect to the presence of God.
Exactly.
And hear his voice. Exactly. So what can I expect during a session? What does this look like practically? Right?
Okay. Practically, there are 2 to 3 people on a team, and you're going to be receiving prayer with those team members individually. So it's not in a big group. It doesn't involve a Bible study. It's you one-on-one with these 3 other people, and the 3 people on the team just help facilitate an encounter with the Holy Spirit.
Right. And they already have been praying for you. They don't know your name or anything, but they know, hey, we've got an appointment with someone. Start asking the Holy Spirit, correct, what does he want to say to this person?
Correct.
So these people are not just showing up because they're trained prayer ministers. They've actually been asking Jesus how to help you. So what if something comes up that I don't want to talk about?
Well, if we're in this process of asking questions and you feel uncomfortable about maybe an answer, maybe something happened in your life that you're just not ready to talk about, we won't pressure you. We'll just let it go. And it's the Holy Spirit who determines what is the proper time for you to address this wound or the lie that's attached to it. There's no pressure to talk about something you don't want to talk about.
Now you're talking about hearing. What if I don't know how to hear the Lord?
Well, we walk you through that process too, because everybody actually hears from the Lord. You're just not aware of it.
Nice.
So
there's a little bit of an equipping. If I've never
Right.
heard the Lord before, the team will just kind of help you get this some basic
Exactly.
criteria.
We'll walk you through the process of hearing the Lord, and it's going to be different because the Lord speaks to everybody in different ways. He may speak to you through music, or you may hear a word in your mind that you had never heard before. That's the Lord speaking to you.
Do I need to have something in mind to pray for? Like if when do I know I need inner healing prayer? Do I have to come with something that I...
Not necessarily. I mean, lots of people come for prayer because they're dealing with the issues of life. But if you don't have any major thing going on, you can still come, and we'll pray for you. And during that time, you may rehear something, or you may not. But it's not necessary.
That's awesome.
Major issues in your life.
Sometimes I've heard people, again, we're praying for a lot of people. It's really interesting how this has been fun for us because we love doing it. But people talk about just sweet times of just being with the Lord.
Exactly.
3 people praying with you. You're touching the Lord. Holy Spirit's loving on you. Those are very, very beautiful things. So we don't have to have some kind of brokenness or some stuff like that. How long does a session usually last?
Usually from 1 to 2 hours. Mostly, sometimes it.
Yeah.
So
this is not a 1, 2, 3 Dominus Dominus, you're good. No, this is a little bit of time.
Right.
So be prepared. Maybe an hour or 2, right? How much do I have to pay? What does it cost?
There's no cost for it.
That's so good.
Yeah.
That's great. That's part of the ministry, so Shiloh, we don't have buildings or anything to pay for. That's part of the things that, people donate and tithe. People have been very generous. We don't charge for anything like that. And we don't require you to give. You don't have to be a part of Shiloh as an organization. Man, we've prayed for people that are not even saved, right? I mean, they don't even know Jesus, right? And we've encountered and had the Holy Spirit do fun things. that led to Jesus, right? Is everybody going to know that you're praying for me? Like, is this confidential?
It's very confidential. In fact, if you come to receive prayer from our teams, and I happen to run into you at the grocery store next week or even at church, I won't come up to you and say, hey, how's that problem you're having?
Yeah. So don't be running up to the prayer ministers going, hey, I want to tell you what happened. Like, we're going to be like, oh, really? What are you talking about? Right? Yeah. So this is not, we hold confidentiality because one of the foundations of our fellowship is safety.
Correct.
Right? We want everybody to feel safe, right?
That's correct.
Your situation was between you and God. I'm just in a room facilitating that connection. What do I need to do before I come to the session? What do I do?
You can pray into it, and prepare your heart for what the Lord wants to do for you that night. That's helpful. It's not necessary, but it's very beneficial to you if you can pray into what the Lord may want to do.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Listen, thanks for tuning in. I hope this helps out. The Inner Healing Prayer Session is all of our leaders do it. We love the stories of the encounters with people through this. We want to know and become the love of God in the earth. And the way we do that by hearing his voice and obeying. And sometimes inner healing prayer is necessary to get us connected to the Holy Spirit so we can hear his voice clearer. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.